My name is Richard Bowler and I am the editor of Professional Electrician and Installer magazine, a monthly publication or 11 issues per year publication aimed at electrical installers, contractors, any professionals working in the UK electrical sector. So this testimonial video, which is going to be promoting the Edutorial initiative that CPD Group have recently launched, and we became one of the first publications to take advantage of this particular initiative. Just want to explain how the concept came around and how things have been with working with Andy and his team at the CPD Group. Now, we've known them for a couple of years now, having previously employed them, or currently we still do employ them to accredit the seminars that take place, technical seminars that take place at our live Elex trade shows, which take place 6 times a year, and then essentially a live version of the magazine. Now, we're all familiar with the concept of CPD and CPD accreditation, and it's very easy for webinars, seminars, any kind of live event to be accredited and work in that process. However, where we'd originally looked to explore an idea was whether we could have editorial content in our monthly publication, some of which we believe to be of a high level of CPD worthy technical content. Not all of the content we run in every issue of the magazine, it's important to know. We wanted to see whether there was a way that could be acknowledged and an automated proof of CPD could be created for individuals who took the time to read our publication, and in particular the content in it that we believe to be worthy of CPD on a monthly basis. So that was the concept that we wanted to explore with Andy and the team when we spoke to them last year. And very fortunately, the guys were in the process of launching a new concept stroke initiative purely for this purpose called the Edutorial initiative run by the CPD Group. So this was recommended to us by Andy, and we at the beginning of this year became the first UK-based publication, I think first publication that's involved with the CPD Group accreditation to have an accreditation against issues of our magazine, or certainly editorial content that appears within our monthly publication. So one of the ways that we've had to go about doing this, and as I've alluded to earlier, not every piece of content that you read in our publication could be deemed as CPD worthy. We needed to break it down and make it into a easily identifiable section within the publication, which we have done, and we've now launched what we call the CPD Zone section of the magazine. So it has its own introductory page, 9 to 10 pieces of editorial content within there, most issues, and then a concluding part of it. So it's very easily identifiable and signposted for readers that are looking through our publication and might want to know which areas of the content are CPD worthy or CPD accredited, and that's a very easy way of us doing that. So for us, the introduction of this initiative into our publication at the beginning of the year has not only added value for our magazine and for ourselves, but most importantly for the end user readers of the magazine, and actually the people that are assessing them on an annual basis as well, a part of whatever scheme or whatever career path they're looking to go on. So that's been really great. One of the other things that I've really enjoyed and found useful is the flexibility that Andy and his team have been able to offer us in terms of making changes as we've going along. Again, being the first UK publication to do this and try this concept, there was always going to be a little bit of trial and error involved in some elements of it. It's actually been a very fluent process and nowhere near as stressful as what I thought it would be originally. But the guys have stepped in and helped us. So we had some early feedback from our own industry that some of the wording on the certification needed to be tightened up, and a couple of elements that we include on there needed to be changed. So for industry really to recognise what we're doing and it to be really, tightened up when these guys are offering it as proof of their annual record, essentially. So Andy and the guys were brilliant with that. Every time we've wanted a change made, it's been done very, very quickly. They're great with getting the accreditation done by the date that we need. We're all set up in terms of our deadlines and everything like that. So the process has been very, very simple indeed. And I can't speak highly enough of how well the team have reacted to any things that we needed sorted out or any changes that we needed making. For the end user, again, another thing I was surprised about is how few bits of negative feedback we've actually received from those that are utilising the service. You'll normally get something that comes up, but the process of the guys actually being able to access and download save their bespoke personalised certificate is incredibly easy. It's incredibly easy. They scan either a QR code at the end of the section in the magazine or go to a web link that we've also included as an extra mechanism in there. They're then presented, if they're a new user, they've got to fill out a contact form with some details on it and their email address, and then they then have the option to download or save the certificate with their name on and the issue date, month. So again, all proof to show to an assessor in the future. If they're an existing user and have previously downloaded a certificate or anything like that, it's simply a case of them putting in their email address when they scan a future code or anything like that. It then brings the certificate up for them and they can download or save it. So a really quick and easy system for end users to utilise, and that's incredibly important, I believe, from this side of things. So from our perspective, we've noticed an upturn in engagement with the certificate downloads and the service as we're going along, as people are starting to understand what it is, what we've put into the publication here. Reputationally, we think it's taken us onto another level as a publication as well. There's no one else doing anything like this, which gives us our own unique selling point as a publication and really just aligns itself with the way that our industry is going at the moment. From a publishing house perspective, we have a number of other trade titles that were looking at this potential editorial service to see if it would be worthy for their own industries. And pleased to say that in the last couple of months, we do have a second title, Professional Motor Mechanic magazine, which is aimed at independent garages and technicians, which is undertaken and has achieved accreditation for the last couple of issues, and we'll be looking to do that moving forward. Again, it's another industry where the onus on continuing professional development, because of the speed of legislation changes and regulations that change in that industry, onus of CPD and individuals carrying out their own professional development and knowledge enhancing in the background outside of their normal working hours is going to be incredibly important for that industry moving forward, and many others as well that place an onus on CPD. From my perspective as the editor, I would highly recommend this service to any publications or organisations that are looking to have an onus of proof that the quality of the content or some of the content within their publication is worthy of CPD accreditation. And I'd have no hesitation with recommending Andy and his team at the CPD group as part of that process.